Yeah, hello everyone. Greeting of the day wherever you are. Okay, so this is an added video to the Excel classes that we have had in time past. And then I received a question yesterday from one of you uh, asking how to go about this. So I looked at it that we didn't talk about this in the class. So it will be a good opportunity to extend this to everyone. So I requested for the file and sent it to me. So for that reason, I'll be doing the video for the benefit of everyone, because this is one of the things that you also come across in the data analytics field. Okay, so you must have seen it one way or the other in one Excel sheet, but we'll just look at how to do this today. So the question says, use data validation to list down the types of leave incurred by the agents. All right, so this functionality is similar to conditional formatting. It's not the same, it's just similar. You understand what I mean by similar as we proceed, because I remember we doing conditional formatting. We talk about new rules, the type of rules that you can do, and all of those things. Okay, so let me just confirm. All right, excuse me. Okay, so you can see here the agent name 1 to 15. So I purposely left this here so that I can use it for as part of my demonstration. Right, so this also came, the question came with this. Now, what they actually want us to do is to use data validation. Right, so what does data validation do? Basically, it helps you to keep your data, the input, it helps you to keep it correct and also maintaining the standard you want. For example, in this place, maybe this kind of document is being shared by 5 region. Let's say your company has agents in Canada, in US, in London, in Nigeria, and in Poland, so to speak, and you all are sharing this same document. So agent 1, let's say agent 1 is David. Let's say agent 1 is David, and just assume any name for the rest, and you are to input your name. Now that this for this kind of input, since there is freedom to put anything, I can decide to say, okay, no, I would like to put David Sat. But the type of leaves you have here is not something that you can just adjust. It is either this or this or this or this or this. So data validation helps you to reduce errors. For example, this place, maybe instead of writing VL, you go ahead and write LV. This can cause confusion. All right, so I'll just go over the data validation briefly. I'll keep this video as short as possible then before we now move into how to do this particular task. So for the data validation, you head to your data tab, and then under the data tools, in the data tab or the ribbon, remember I called this place ribbon when we were doing introduction to Excel. I said you use the function keys to hide the content of this ribbon. You can use the function key to open it up. So I'm in the data ribbon. Okay, so when you click on it, it gives you other options. So because I'm using a small screen, some of the uh, some of the labels have been hidden. For example, remember this is duplicate, we did duplicate. So just around that duplicate, flash fill, text to column, and all of that. you have your data validation, which has this icon. You can see it. It has this icon, a marked icon and a red cancelled icon that looks like stop or something. So, but in yours, you might have data validation. Okay, see it. You have data validation written somewhere close by. All right. So now, please note that before you do data validation, you need to highlight the cell involved. If you want to have the whole of this cell, for example, this particular question applies to everything here. So, but let's say in case whereby you have this line, yes, let's just create another line here. Maybe let's put 10 AB, 10 ABR, and this place maybe you just want to have 23, 24, 76. You just want to have numbers here. All right, you don't want anybody to mistakenly type VL or SL here. So what you do, it helps you keep your document just as you want it. Okay, acquired. So you can either highlight just this column or you select everything on this column. All right, so when you click on data validation, it gives you three headers: settings, input message, and error alert. So I'll talk about them one after the other briefly. So let's start from any value. So as we speak now, this column contains, it allows you to input any value. But if the moment you go ahead and say, okay, I just want whole number, right? So now I said earlier that it looks like conditional formatting. Now where you have the data between, not equal to, less than, equal to, or you say equal to value, maybe if you say 12 and you click on apply. So the moment you come here and put D, can you see this value doesn't match the data validation restriction defined for this cell? So I cannot come and type David here mistakenly. When I press enter, it gives me the error. You have two options, either to keep retrying, which will still continually give you the error, or you just cancel and fix the issue. If I put 23.3 or 0.5 and press enter, can you see this value doesn't match the data restriction defined for that cell? So it applies to every other cell in that line. Okay, so but if I type 12, can you see? If I type 13, tells me error, because I said the value must be what? Must be 12. I can't even type 21 to give me error. So I can go ahead. Now if you come to this header now, where I have this 10 abbreviation, it will give me error, because this also involves that area. So what you can do, you can go ahead and you can change the format of that place from whole number to any value. So if I come back here and type, it will go, but if I type anything here, it gives me error. Okay, so let's change the formatting in that line and say, okay, I don't just want I want, okay, let's say I now want my value to be, no, to be at least must be greater than 10. So whenever you come over and type 9, it gives you error. If you type 9.99999, it gives you error. But if you type 10, it's, I said must be what? I can't even remember. Okay, this place still has 12. Okay, let me go ahead and remove the previous value. Okay. I hope you are getting the gist. Okay, so it says the whole number must be greater than, yes, must be greater. Okay, this is minimum. Minimum is 10. Okay, I didn't see that. Minimum must be 10. So if I put 2, it tells me error. But if I put 11, can you see it worked? If I put 9, it gives me error. But if I put 10, it still gives me error because I said, and remember we did, when we did conditional, when we did, yes, conditional statements using the if and all of that, I also talked about whether greater than, but say greater than or equal to 10, then 10 cannot be inclusive. Can you see it? If you put 9, it gives you error. Alright, so that is for number. What about, so you can use it for anything. You can say, okay, I want it to have be decimal. I want it to, this place to just be date alone. You want every value in this place must be at least maybe 5 characters. If you come here and type 2 to give you error, to throw an error. But if you go ahead and type 1 2 3 4 5 6, can you see? If you type 1 2, give you error. Alright, so that's how to use data validation. You can also put custom text. Just play with these things. Alright, so let me clear this. Alright, so let me go to the second type. We have the input message. This is maybe in this place, for example, you want to say numbers. Maybe you want to say, please enter number, or enter only numbers. So it's supposed to be in the message. You can leave the title or put, let me just put numbers. Okay, can you say please enter numbers only? Come here, can you say please enter only numbers? But if you come here, it doesn't show you anything. If you come here, it doesn't show you anything. But if you come here, please enter numbers only. Hope that is clear. So the same way you can do for error message. You have 3 types of error message. You have the stop, the warning, and the information. Okay, so if you put the stop, you can say, you can just put any error message. Let me just see. Let me just try to be funny. Don't try that. And put the title as don't. So if I go ahead and input, give this place a command and say it must be minimum 24, and I come here to type 21. Can you see? Don't try that. Meanwhile, if I put this column cursor here, it shows me please enter only numbers. But if I type anything below 24, it tells me don't try that. That was my error message. So you can also use it to guide the form, your input, or what have you. All right, so let's go to the last to the business of the day, which is that we are being asked to use data validation to list down the type of leave incurred. So meaning that in this place now, you only want these leaves to show, to be the option here. You don't want anybody to type something else. Maybe S is sick leave, maybe this is paternity leave and maternity leave. What else can we put to let's say birthday leave, BL. You don't want someone to just come up with something and just type it there. Alright, so you restrict this input to this alone. So what you do is you select the affected area, okay, then you go to data validation and you now say, okay, now I want a list. Now to ask you where is the source of this list, you can come here and I highlight, you select, click on here to select the source. You highlight these 4 things. Now if you highlight that and you press enter, now notice that something has changed here. The moment I click on this, it brought a drop down. So whenever you click on it, you see the content of this leaf comes here. Can you see it? So with this, nobody can come here and type BL. Press enter to see, to give you an error. Okay. So to give you an error. So you can only select what is in the list. Can come here, see it has changed. Can come here. This will help you keep your data very accurate. No one will just put any. So this is the only one that is allowed to have any value. You can also format it to have anything you want. So that is how to use data validation. Is there anything I have not touched? Nothing. We have talked about any value, number, decimal. List is what we just did. Date, date, time, text length, and if you want a custom text, you can also use it. Please just try it out. So now we have answered this question by using the drop down to for agents to select their leaves. Can you see? So please note that if you come over here and sort by probably A to Z like this, the content here so will follow the same way it is here. If I change this my VL to BLV and I come here, can you see this has changed to BLV? Right, so that is how to use data validation. See you in the next one. I also dropped the link of I saw the task, the Excel tax, tax 1, tax 2, tax 3, tax 4. I'll send the link to you. So please attempt those questions, attempt them, put into practice what you have learned, and make me proud. Thank you.